Well, I was born here in 1969, and I went to Wade Fast Elementary, and I'm sure there's a few people out there that remember Wade Fast. It's now the Montessori on Harrington. And I went to Seminole Middle School, back when we had 2 middle schools. And then I came here in 1984 and got to attend Mount Clemens High School. It was one of the best years of my life. The kids ask if you could ever go back, when would you go back in years? And I say 10th grade was the greatest year of my life. Got my driver's license, had all my friends in one place. And I'd like to remind you to look around right now, because you don't know if you're ever going to be around the same people you are right now. So take this moment and remember it, because I remember those days with my friends, and I miss it. I really do. Graduated in 1988, went off to college. The first time I had ever been out of Mount Clemens in my life to live somewhere else. Got to come back after I graduated, and I actually subbed at Mount Clemens for over a year, and then went to my first job in Vassar High School. Unfortunately, I got laid off after a couple years of teaching, and I came back to Mount Clemens, and I went to a bachelor party of all things, and lo and behold, there's my old principal, bunch of teachers, Mr. Fargo, those of you who went to Mount Clemens, and the superintendent, Mr. Archibald. And they said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I just got laid off." And they're like, "What's your degree in?" And I told them. They said, "Send a resume over." So I did. I got a call 2 days later for an interview. Came in, and who was the interview? A person I graduated with, an old teacher, an old counselor, an old principal. And I'm like, well, this is kind of nice because everybody knows me. And lo and behold, I got a contract and came back to Mount Clemens. I went to work in the middle school where I taught for 7 years, every grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then I transferred back to the high school where I've been ever since. And looking back now at all these people that I had in my classes, I have all these people on Facebook that I still communicate with. And it's great still to see this fantastic pride still that people have in Mount Clemens. We've shrunk a lot, but there are still people who are diehard bathers. Once you're a bather, you're always a bather, right? You guys remember that. And I have people like our speaker here tonight, who is going to be talking to you shortly. I had his sister and him. I got to coach him as well as have him in class. His parents are fantastic people, and I've made connections, and I'm still here in Mount Clemens. I moved back. I live here. I'm still in the school district. I will support it to the day I die, because you can't get the bather out of you once you've been a part of it. And I'm sad to say that I'm leaving, but I will still be here, and I will still be a part of this school forever.